Good morning, you guys. Okay, I am having the biggest conundrum of my life, I swear to God. So during the week, I have like a routine. It's super simple. I get up, go to Knott's Berry Farm, go to the Soak City, obviously, walk around, do my laps, and then by the time I get out of the water, get my lunch, and I'm done eating, it's usually 12 o'clock, and that is when the sun is the highest and it's the hottest for the day until about 4:35. And so then Love Island comes on at 6 o'clock, and I'm watching that, recapping it, posting those, and I don't want to fall behind on that because it's a daily thing. So by the time that I'm done watching Love Island, Knott's Berry Farm closes at 8, and I usually am done watching it by 7, 7:15, 7:30. So, but I can't even get to Knott's Berry Farm during the week. So then today, luckily, Knott's Berry Farm doesn't close until 10 o'clock. So it's like, do I go to Soak City first, or do I go to Knott's Berry Farm first? Because I want to go to both, but it's just too hot during the day. It's just too hot. What do I do? It's also Friday, and the first day of Summer Nights, or Summer Knott's Nights. Not Summer Nights. Oh my God, I got it all mixed up. Anyways, so it's the first night, and it's Friday. It's summertime. I know it's going to be busy at both parks. It's almost 10 o'clock. I usually leave at 9 o'clock. I got a later start to the day. We couldn't decide what we wanted to do, if my husband was going to go with me or not, because the plan last night was we were going to go to Soak City this morning, but we both woke up late, both woke up feeling kind of and so it's just like one of those mornings where I had so many plans, and now it feels like I can't make a decision, and this is like the most debilitating thing when it comes to me, because I have all these things that I want to do, and I just need to like decide, and I just can't decide because I want the chicken sandwich for lunch, which makes me want to go to Soak City. But if I go to Soak City now, I know I'm definitely not going to Knott's Berry Farm, and I have to go back tonight if I want to go for the Knott Summer Night, which is the point of summer nights. So I guess it kind of writes itself. Like, I know I hear it as I say it out loud, but it's late, and it's Friday, and I know that now that it's almost 10 o'clock, the lines are going to be so long to get into the parking lot, and that stresses me out. Why? I don't know, but it does. I don't like waiting in line in my vehicle. I don't like feeling trapped. I don't like feeling like, I don't know. Anyways, having a stressful morning, if you guys can't tell, which is ridiculous because I'm literally trying to decide whether I get to go to Knott's Berry Farm or Soak City. Like, one of the stupidest predicaments to find myself in and be complaining about. Which one would you guys do first? Would you go to Knott's Berry Farm, or would you go to Soak City? There's another part of me that just wants to go to Disneyland, but it's also Friday, and it's almost 10 o'clock, so it's the time that I'm usually leaving Disneyland, so if I have one big enemy in the world, it's the sun. I can handle all the other ones, but that sun sure gets to me. So that's where I'm at this morning. I haven't drank any water yet either, so we're gonna go get some water, and then I'm going to try to regroup and try to make a decision, or just go get in the freaking car and drive that direction, I guess. But even the idea of that doesn't sound fun right now, because again, the parking lot. But the later I go, the more full the parking lot's gonna be. Do you see how it just keeps stacking up? I need to just go. Okay, we're just going. The reality of feeling judged by people is that I was just thinking, oh, I can put my tennis shoes on when I get there, and I can walk around. But then, oh wait, I'm wearing short capris. If I do that, then I'll have my long socks. And I'll have like this much leg showing. And that makes me feel uncomfortable because I feel like I'll be judged. Today is one of those really hard days, you guys, where I am just being really hard on myself, and I don't know why. It's just, I think whenever I get into these weight loss journey type of things, I'm much more hyper aware of all the things that I used to feel when I was a kid. And by kid, I mean like young adults, teenager, young 20s, early 30s, that kind of stuff. It's hard to like reframe things, retrain your mind, and like create a new narrative for why we're doing these things. It's not for the looks. It's to feel better. All of that to say this. I love my body. I accept my body for what it is. I don't hate myself anymore like I used to when I was a kid. So I don't really care what people say about me. But it's hard not to fall back into old patterns when you're doing a similar thing that you've done in the past. Those past thoughts and past feelings are going to start coming back up. I have done a lot of work on myself in the last 6-7 years to really be confident in who I am, walk out as authentically in public as I possibly can, just 100% me all day long, every day, me. And socks is now a thought in my brain that is wild to me, that the little bit of knee that you're going to see and my calf that you're going to see is going to offend somebody. Like, what does society do to women? Like, why? So again, if you're on a weight loss journey, or if you're on a health journey, or if you're on a bettering yourself journey, I see you. I am you. I feel you. I'm right there with you. We are in the trenches together. Like, again, I said 6 or 7 years I've been working on myself, and I'm very proud of my outcome. I love myself. I love who I am. I know who I am. The only thing I want to change about myself is my health. I want to feel better. That's the only part of my life that feels misaligned right now. Everything else, well, and the fact that my stepson lives up north, if he was down here with us, that would be incredible too. So, it's hard to be so hyper aware of these things and not be able to just smack the thought out of your brain and be like, okay, let's move on to the next thought. Because sometimes those thoughts are consuming. Again, I have OCD, so it's a vicious cycle. So I completely get it. I understand. And we are going to be kind to ourselves, be nice to ourselves. Just push the negative thoughts, push the ruminating thoughts off to the side. And I always like to tell you guys or remind you guys that depression can't hit a moving target, okay? You can outrun depression. You just have to stay ahead of it. Like, you gotta get up. You gotta go, and you gotta do it, and you just gotta sometimes force yourself to do it. And I say depression, that could be anything really, because same with, like, my OCD causes depression sometimes because I get depressed about the way that I can't overcome the thoughts, the ruminating thoughts, that kind of stuff. That's why I just immediately resorted back to saying depression. But it can fit for any multitude of things. If you're struggling with something, get up and move your bodies.